subscribe to my channel and press bell icon for latest updates.
Hi, welcome to Learning Monkey. I am Raghuveer. In this class, we will discuss about soft margin support vector machine. In our previous classes, we already discussed about hard margin SVM, and we defined the optimization problem for hard margin SVM, and we defined the solution, how to solve this optimization problem also. So please watch our previous classes and come back here. Those concepts are very important for understanding this class. So the link for the playlist is provided in the description below. Before going into the concept of soft margin SVM, let's refresh the concepts of hard margin SVM for a minute, then we go into the concept of soft margin SVM. The assumption which we considered in hard margin SVM is the data set is linearly separable. So what's the goal of SVM is it will identify a line. Suppose this is the line which is identified by our support vector machine. It will identify a line that maximizes this geometric margin. That's the line identified by support vector machine. So it will identify a line that maximizes this geometric margin, but the functional margin is 1. Don't get confused with functional margin and geometric margin. Our goal of support vector machine is to identify a line that maximizes the geometric margin. But the functional margin will be 1 because that's what we clearly discussed in our previous classes. We will adjust the functional margin. We can adjust any way and we'll make it as 1. So functional margin is 1, but geometric margin we cannot change the geometric margin. It is constant for anything, okay? So functional margin is 1. So we'll identify a line that maximizes this geometric margin. So here, the optimization problem for this is given as a minimum of W comma B, means we will identify a line that minimizes this 1 by 2 into norm W square. If you are trying to minimize this, means we are trying to maximize the margin subjected to constraints yi W transpose xi plus b greater than or equal to 1. So these are the constraints we have and we are trying to minimize this. This is the optimization problem which we discussed in our hard margin SVM. And one more important point we have to understand here is yi W transpose xi plus b greater than or equal to 1. What's that mean? Suppose take this point. What's the actual value for this? Yi value positive, means plus 1, into, if you substitute this point in this equation, what's this equation? This line equation. If you substitute this point's values in this equation, what we are calculating? We are calculating the functional margin. The functional margin, because this point is on this side, the functional margin value will be positive. Positive into positive, positive. If it is greater than or equal to 1, means if our point is above this line, means correctly classified. The same way, if you take a point this side, negative point, means yi value is minus 1. If you substitute this in this equation, we will get a functional margin value of negative value. Negative into negative, positive, and if that value is greater than or equal to 1, means correctly classified. This concept is very helpful in understanding soft margin SVM. That's why we repeated this concept. We discussed this concept in our previous classes SVM also. So coming to soft margin SVM, before going into the optimization problem, first have a graphical intuition so that you will have a better understanding of optimization problem. So what soft margin SVM is, we will take out that assumption. Our data set is linearly separable. We don't take that assumption. Means our data set is not linearly separable. So let's take an example data set. This data set, if you consider this data set, these two are same data sets. You identify any line, but we cannot separate positive and negative points using that line. That is what not linearly separable data set means. For suppose, if I identified this line as the best line, I say that this is the best line. But some other person will say that this is the best line. How can we say that which one we have to identify? The same question arises in our previous problems also. When we discussed about a logistic regression, we can identify multiple lines. Which line we have to identify? What we have done in our previous classes. In logistic regression, we defined a loss function and we tried to identify a line that minimizes the loss. The same concept we applied in linear regression also. We identified a loss function and we try to identify a line that minimizes that loss the same way. In order to say which one is the best one, what we have to do, we have to identify a loss function and we try to minimize that loss. So in this class we will understand about loss function. We define the loss function and optimization problem. So our optimization problem will be like this: minimum of w comma b. For what w and b, we are having minimum of this function. What's the function is 1 by 2 norm w square plus c into loss function. Not yet defined the loss function. We have to define the loss function. This is our optimization problem. Forget about c in this class. We'll discuss what's the c, what's the use of c in our next class. Consider it as a constant. So what's this optimization problem is saying? Identify a line for which line we are having minimum of this summation value. So what's the summation value? 1 by 2 norm w square. We are trying to minimize norm w square. At the same time we are trying to minimize loss function also. If you are trying to minimize this loss function, this norm w square means we are trying to maximize the margin. At the same time we are taking the summation of, we are trying to minimize the loss function also. So what's this optimization problem is doing is, if you solve this optimization problem, what this optimization problem will identify is, it will identify a line that maximizes the margin and at the same time minimizes the loss. That line will be identified for our soft margin SVM. Okay, in this optimization problem we know about this, the same thing from hard margin SVM. When we have to identify this loss function, we will discuss about this loss function in this class. So now let's take an example and understand what's this loss function, how we define the loss function. For understanding purpose, we are given so much of gap here. We are taking a data set which is linearly separable, but our data set is not linearly separable. We have to add points now and we will discuss about the loss function. That's why for now these are our data points. We will add some data points here. Okay, but for understanding purpose, so much of gap is given. We have to write write something here. That's why we have given some gap. Okay, so suppose if our support vector machine has identified this line as the best line. So when coming to this is the best line, this line we call it as pi plus, this line we call it as pi minus, this we call it as pi. So what we have defined in hard margin SVM, this functional margin will be 1. This functional margin will be 1. Okay, if you substitute this point in the equation yi w transpose xi plus b, if it is greater than or equal to 1, means the point is above this line. If the point is above this line, means correctly classified. The same way, if a negative point is below this line, means correctly classified. What happens if the point is here? If a positive point is there here, above this line we are considering it as correctly classified. Means it is not correctly classified, means we have to assign some loss. How we assign? So here onwards, from above this line we are considering it as correctly classified. So we calculate loss from here to here. This we call it as loss. Okay, the same way, if a positive point is there here, how we calculate the loss? This value we call it as loss. So clearly understand from where we are calculating the loss, from this line. Do we really know this line? Which line we will identify? We will identify this line. But then how we calculate the value from here? That is what we'll understand in this class. The same way, if a negative point is present here, what we discussed, if the point is below this line, we are considering it as correctly classified, means we will assign a loss. And the same way, if the point is here, we will assign a loss like this. What we understand from this diagram, if the positive point is near to this line, we have to assign less loss. If the positive point is away from this line, we have to give some large loss value. The same way, if a negative point is away from this line, we have to give large loss value. If it is near to this line, we have to give an less loss value. So how we assign this loss? What's the equation we will identify? This equation. So what we do here is, you please concentrate because it's a little bit confusing. We have to identify loss like this, but we know this line equation. If you identify this line equation, suppose take this point. If you substitute this point in this equation, what's the yi value? Positive value, means +1. If you substitute this point in this equation is this line equation. Okay, if you substitute it, what we are calculating here? Functional margin. If the functional margin, because this point is on this side, the functional margin will be positive. Assume the functional margin value is 0.2. This +1 into 0.2. What's the value you got? 0.2. So what's that value? This value is 0.2. For loss, what we have to identify? From here to here we have to identify. How we identify here is, we consider this equation as Zi. Yi W transpose Xi plus B is called as Zi. If Zi is greater than or equal to 1, we call it as loss is equal to 0. Means the point is above this line. If Zi is less than 1, loss is equal to 1 minus Zi. 1 minus Zi. See, what's the Zi value we got here? 0.2. 1 minus Zi means 1 minus 0.2, that is equal to 0.8. So why we did 1 minus 0.2? We know that this functional margin is 1. What's the functional margin value we got here? 0.2. 1 minus 0.2, which one will get? From that side. This is the value we will get. Because this total functional margin is 1. So 0.2. 1 minus 0.2, 0.8. The same way, if the point is here, if you substitute this point in this equation, actual value is positive. This is positive point. Yi means a +1. If you substitute in this equation, the functional margin value, will get the functional margin value from here. We'll get negative value. Why? Because this is on the opposite side of this line. Means we will get negative value. So positive into negative value. First, suppose we got as -5. +1 into -5, we'll get it as -5. But what we are doing for the loss function, loss is equal to 1 minus -5. 1 minus Zi is -5, that is equal to 1 plus 5, that is equal to 6. That's the loss. The same way we will identify loss to negative points from this side. The same equation, 1 minus Zi. This is how we calculate the loss. So what's our optimization problem? Our optimization problem has to reduce the loss, and at the same time it has to increase the margin. For which line we are getting this value, minimum value, that line will be identified. So let's take it as a graph. If you take X, on the X-axis we are taking Zi value, on the Y-axis we are taking loss value. So if our Zi value is greater than or equal to 1, what's the loss? 0. Loss is 0. At the same time, if it is less than 1, our loss value has to be increased. Why it is increasing? If the loss value is moving towards negative side, loss will be increasing. That's what we understand here. If it is -5, the loss value increases. That's why this line is increasing. So this function we call it as hinge loss. This function we call it as hinge loss. This function actually maps to our actual problem, how we convert into hinge loss. That hinge loss is equal to, the loss is equal to zeta I is equal to, we call it as slack variable zeta I. Zeta I is equal to maximum of 0 comma 1 minus Zi, maximum of 0 comma 1 minus Zi. So why maximum of 0 comma 1 minus Zi? You have to understand this. So Zi greater than or equal to 1 means what's the loss? 0. So maximum of 0 comma 1 minus zi. Zi greater than or equal to 0 means zi greater than or equal to 1 means maximum of 0 comma 1 minus, if zi greater than or equal to 1 minus zi will be negative value. So maximum of 0 comma negative value means 0. So 0 is bigger than negative value. Which one will be picked? Maximum of 0 will be considered. That's why loss is equal to 0. The same way, if zi is less than 1, what's the value of 1 minus zi? It is positive value. So maximum of 0 comma 1 minus zi, 0 comma positive value, which one will be considered? Positive value will be considered. So this problem is converted into this equation, maximum of 0 comma 1 minus zi. If zi is greater than or equal to 1, consider the maximum of 0 comma 1 minus zi will be negative value, so we'll consider 0. Otherwise 1 minus zi. This is our loss function. We call it as Hinz loss. Our optimization problem will be minimum of w comma b. Sorry, I have written wrong here. Here zeta is the loss value, but we have to calculate loss for all the data points. Means it will be sigma I is equal to 1 to m zeta I value for all the points. The same way our constraint should be satisfied for I is equal to 1 to m. This is the optimization problem. What's our optimization problem? Is minimum of w comma b half norm w square plus c into sigma I is equal to 1 to m zeta I. Zeta I is the loss value subjected to constraints yi w transpose xi plus b greater than or equal to 1 minus zeta I for all the I is equal to 1 to m points, and zeta I should be greater than or equal to 0. See here, zeta I will not be negative, either it will be 0. If it is negative, it is taking the maximum of 0 comma negative value, so 0 will be there. It won't be negative value. Zeta I value will not be negative value, so it will be 0 or greater than 0. So that's why we had the constraint zeta I greater than or equal to 0. So what's this optimization problem is doing? It will identify a line that gives the maximum of the margin and minimum of the loss function. In these two lines, it will identify a line that gives the maximum margin and minimum loss. So it will consider both these values. For which w and b values we are having this entire function minimum, that will be considered, that value will be considered, that wb will be considered. This is what our optimization problem is. How to solve this optimization problem? The same way in our hard margin SVM, how we solve the optimization problem? We convert this optimization problem into dual problem and we will solve the dual problem. And coming to one more important point, see, when we consider this data set, this is almost linearly separable data. So what happens if it is not linearly separable data? Let's take an example data set, this one. This is not linearly separable data. What we do here in this situation, if you apply support vector machine on this type of data sets, it won't work good. The results will not be, we won't get the best results. What we have to do? What we do is, we will transform this data into higher dimensions, means we will apply the kernel functions. We transform this data into higher dimensions, then we will get a linearly separable data or almost linearly separable data. Then we can apply our soft margin SVM on transformed data. That's why support vector machines are very, very important, and it's suitable for most of the data sets. We will use many applications on support vector machines, and support vector machines is bit complicated to understand, so please give a separate 10 days time for understanding support vector machine. So please watch our videos again and again till you get the clarity, because you will get most of the questions on support vector machine. Hope you understand the concept. If you have any questions regarding the concept, please post your questions in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon for the latest updates. Thank you.